Hey up, my ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. How are we all doing? It's been lovely to. I just went and made my cup of tea, and it was lovely to come back. That always happens. The coast sticks to the. Oh, they're gorgeous, aren't they? They were made for me by a subscriber years ago, probably about 6 years ago. What was I going to say? Yeah, and it's lovely to come back and sit down and see you all chatting. I've just read some of the comments, so let's do some hellos and welcomes. So, who have we got in so far? We have the lovely Cecilia is here first. Nice to see you. Hello, is there anybody there? And I think that was about half an hour ago, so he was very, very keen. But it's lovely to see you here. Esco. Just made pancakes for the evening and a cup of lovely hot coffee. Oh, that sounds nice. And then we've got someone called G's Duca. I think that's how you pronounce your name. First time in chat, so hello and welcome. And from the Netherlands. So we have some other members from the Netherlands as well in here. And also likes the vlogs. Been to Glastonbury last year and Avebury, so beautiful. Have a nice chat this evening. Yeah, well, two of my favourite places on the planet, Glastonbury and Avebury. So, yeah, looking forward to going back. Marilyn's here. Hello, Marilyn. And Ramon, it's nice to see you. I did put a message underneath, but I don't know if you saw it, just saying, long time no see, how are you? So, good to see you here, Ramon. I've been seeing you've been doing quite a few lives, but unfortunately they're always during the middle of the night. They're like 1 a.m. Or the odd one has been when I've been at work. But yeah, they tend to be during the nights. But I do try and catch them. Sandra's here. Hi, Sandra. Nice to see you. Lily Rose, Lola Faye, Tarot Trouble. How are you? We have David and the lovely Giselle. Hi, Giselle. Nice to see you. We have Petra and Raven Song. Hello. Sarah's here. Nice to see you, Sarah. Kate. Hello, Kate. And Nordic Tarot. It's nice to be on time. Wow, it's nice to have you with us. So, and Crystally Rama, how are you? It's nice to see you in chat. Gosh, we go back, don't we? I can remember I did an interview with you, didn't I? I think either 2017, 2018. But nice to see you here. And Saskia, Alexandria, Rachel, and who else have we got? Lola Faye. Robin's here. Hello, Robin. Saturday revelers. This is as much reveling as I get to do these days. Golden, hello. And Diana. Hi, Diana. We also have Elspeth. Hi, Elspeth. Damn it, Janet. Yeah, this is I bought this last year for when I went to see the Rocky Horror Show. It's a famous line from Rocky Horror. Kathy's here. Hi, Kathy. And Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. It's been some time since I popped up on the chat, but I try and see your travel vlog, Simon. Oh, well, thank you. It's always appreciated. Diana, I'm from Lithuania. Saw today's video about London, was very interesting. Thank you. Rolf's here. Hi, Rolf. Jay. Hi, Jay. Such a hot afternoon. Which, you know what? It's really strange because I was chatting to my friend Kelly Bear this morning, and I said, do you know what? I'm not leaving the building today because it was windy, It was dark, overcast. It was torrential rain. It was a horrible morning. And I haven't left the building. I've been downstairs to the mall. I've been to the shops and things like that. This afternoon has been glorious. And I've had to close the blinds because I sat here about 10 minutes before coming on. And I was completely washed out with the evening sun. So as loath as I am to do it, I've had to pull the blinds so that you've got a clear image, because I just look like this this ghost. Calla's here. Hi, Calla. Hey, Satan. I saw some fab paintings of you. Very scary. My vacation connection comes and goes. I'm still vacay Calla. Oh, you're away at the moment. And you've seen some paintings, have you? I saw a fab painting yesterday in Watkins of it was, I think it was called Sandra? No, something like Rainbow Baphomet. And it was so colourful, and it was an amazing, just a small print. But they wanted something like £35 for it, for small print. And I don't have a lot of wall space because I have a lot of artwork up. But it was lovely. Rebecca, hello Rebecca, and Sparkly Warbler, nice to see you. Love your videos, thank you. Silmaron, is that how I say your name? Hello, nice to see you. Looks like we've got some first timers with us tonight. Mountain Shadow, good to see you. Mojo Buddha, evening to you too. And don't want to miss anybody. If I do miss you, shout up. Victoria Evans, hello. Larch, nice to see you. MA, hello, MA. And I think I've come up. I think I've got to the bottom. When you run out of wall space to display, you'll have to put stuff on the ceiling like Michelangelo. Yeah, that would be that wouldn't be too great because I've got Artex ceiling. So I don't think that would work. I'm sure I saw another comment. Hope you had a good week, Simon. I've had a lovely week, thank you. That was it, like 400 years ago. What I was trying to look to see what that was in relation to. But I can't spot it. So Sandra says yes, it was. Gosh. Anyway, I need I need a sup of my tea. I've got buttermint tea tonight. I thought it's the sort of day for buttermint tea. What have you lot got? What have you got? But like I say, it's the Bird and Blend buttermint, which is just so divine. That fireplace was £20 from a charity shop. Then I painted it black. It was one of those horrible white plaster ones. Oh, wow. You look more satanic 400 years ago. Well, I've kind of, over the years, I've matured a bit, and, you know, I want to have a different kind of persona and give off a different vibe now. Colour. What can I say? Oh, Lily Rose is on the Shiraz. Very nice. Lady Grey for Elspeth. Robin says, I'm waiting for my Pame to arrive. Don't get too excited. It's the Conrad one. And my Aquarian arrives any minute now. That's the Aquarian set, isn't it? I have left your comment saying, are you going to get it, when you mentioned this. This is a fantastic set. As I said in the video, it was a gift. It was a present from the lovely Cheryl, who's in chat. So thank you, Cheryl. And yeah, I recorded it on Thursday to go out. I did 2 videos on Thursday because I knew I was going to be out on Friday in that London. So it went out last night. Me and Sandra, where was we, Sandra? Was we? Oh, we were sat down by the London Eye, weren't we, in that cafe? And you went, the Hermit's Cave, Aquarian Tarot set. I was like, oh yeah, has it gone out? Has it? Oh, Victoria's waiting for chicken balls and egg fried rice. Oh, I love the mushroom fried rice. Oh, that from the takeaway. Mushroom fried rice is heavenly. I used to always have the special fried rice, but now I just like the mushroom fried rice. So which Pame? Is it the thick edition? I think my Pame. Watch this be the roses and lilies. Oh no, it's here. This is my comrade Stain Pame in the thicker cardstock from me playing cards. It's divine. It's always on my desk as a go-to and grab. Oh, beautiful quality. Look at that. No copyright. Gorgeous. I need to wrap it back up. Hello, Trisha. Nice to see you. Your Aquarian deck walkthrough was awesome. Thank you, Jay. Oriental Express are good, Simon. Oriental Express are good. Oh, you live close by. Where's Oriental Express? Which one's that? I'm by Mayflower. Is it Mayflower? Yeah, Mayflower. As you might have seen in some vlogs when Sandra's been up to Nottingham, we tend to frequent the Mayflower. Sandra always likes the wine there, don't you, Sandra? All right, Simon. Caffeine and calories do not count on holiday. That's the universal law. I agree. Life isn't worth living if you can't enjoy things like vacations, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all those kind of, your birthday. That's when you're allowed to just take a day off. I had an Aquarian deck years ago, but it took a walk one day. I've been a big fan of the new Palladini. Yeah, I like the Palladini, the new Palladini deck. I don't know. There's just something about Aquarian that, and Kelly Bear was saying this morning, and she left a comment saying, wouldn't it be great if the US Games gave Morgan Greer the same treatment, as in brought out a set like that? And there was a book. What was the name of the book? I knew it this morning. That very similar to what the Psychic Tarot does, in as it does its own. It uses the Aquarian cards as the images for the book. And oh gosh, what was it called? I'm gonna have to Google it. The Morgan Greer book. There's one, so it would be really easy to do the same thing, and I think it would be so cool if they did that. It is called the Book of Tarot. Yeah, so the Book of Tarot you can buy for about, well, on Etsy it's 28, but there's a used one on eBay for £20. But anyway, this is let's get the picture up. This is the Book of Tarot. And it uses the illustration of the Morgan Greer in the same way as Psychic Tarot does with Aquarian. So yeah, I think it would be brilliant if they did that, because, and like I said to Kelly this morning, what I love about this is the fact that, you know, there's a myriad of decks coming out over the last 10 years or so, a real explosion, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down at all. There's just decks being produced. But then there are the classics, the modern classics of like the last which started about 50 years ago, start of the 70s, when you had that sort of revival again, where they could easily be forgotten about. But what's great is because they've been re-released with slight differences, it's still keeping the charm of the originals, slight differences, but repackaged, re-merchandise, however you want to call it, with a book, and it's there back on the market. And I think that's great that decks that were produced in the 1970s can have a new lease of life. I see Giselle saying hello to Malamir. So hello, Malamir. What else have we got? Calla says, I'm foolishly drinking double shot of espresso because caffeine isn't real on vacation. This has gone dim. I need to up my volume, brightness. There we go. We can't wait, Robin. He says, I'm definitely going to share with you all my curmudgeonly pros and cons. Dawn the Prawn. Hi, Simon. I'm over here. Did you say me too? Did I miss you, Dawn? Well, sorry if I missed you. Hello and welcome. Yep, the Freeway Max from Lidl. And looking forward to my Chinese, the Freeway Max from Lidl. Not sure what that means, Freeway Max from Lidl. But anyway, slushy. Sandra's. Oh, I thought you were saying Sandra was having a slushy. I was like, how have you managed to get that? We were having a slushy. Yeah. We got so hot. We walked for miles and our lips, well, I said, and Sandra, yeah, mine too, were all dry and, you know, if they taste salty. And the walk seems or felt endless. And we was debating whether to go on the London Eye. And I said, well, look, because we was toing and froing. And I said, well, let's just head out that way. And if we get there, we decide to go on it, we'll go on it. And if we don't, we don't. But we still gone to that side of London, crossed over the Thames. But, oh dear, we only caught a tube first thing in the morning. So Sandra met me off the train at 9. We had some breakfast. Then we caught the train over to Tottenham Court Road because we said we'll start off. Watkins didn't open till 11. So we said we'll start off at Atlantis bookshop because that opened at 10:30. And it turned out we got there just at 10:30 and they weren't quite open. So we took a walk down the road to museum, as you'll see in the vlog, the London Museum. Museum of London. British Museum. British Museum. Anyway, that's by the by. And that was the only time we caught a tube until it was time to go home. So we worked out when we got back to the train station that we actually walked from Tottenham Court Road. And if you're outside of London or the UK and you're not, you know, it might not make sense in terms of distance, but London's big. We walked from Tottenham Court Road, we walked to Atlantis, and then we thought, well, it's all in a similar area. So we walked from there we stopped off at the Astrology shop, which is in Shaftesbury. We walked from there through what was it called? 7 Dials, down into Leicester Square, went to Watkins. From Watkins, we walked back the way we came, all the way down to Treadwell's, which it said 17 minutes, but it probably took us half an hour. And then we came back the way we'd already been. So it was like backwards and forwards. We went into Soho. We walked through Soho. We walked from Soho to Chinatown. From Chinatown, we had some lunch. From Chinatown, we walked from where did we go next? We walked back to Leicester Square. No, we didn't. We went to Piccadilly. So I went to Piccadilly Circus from Chinatown. From Piccadilly Circus, we went to Leicester Square. From Leicester Square to Trafalgar Square. And then in the distance, I said, look, there's Westminster in the distance. And Sandra went, it looks miles away. And I was like, well, it's not really. So we walked from Trafalgar Square, past Downing Street, past Westminster. We went over Westminster Bridge and down to where the London Eye is. And then we walked from the London Eye back to Westminster and caught the tram. I keep saying the tram because I live in Nottingham and we have a tram network. The tube back. So yeah, we did. Is it 28,000 steps? I think I've got a photo. Actually, I've got a photo of the steps that we did. I just don't know if it's synced with my iPad. Yes. Actually, no, we did 25,376 steps, the distance of 12.62 miles, and we climbed 18 flights of stairs, or 18 flights. And that's because of the underground. Some have escalators, some just have steps. And as I've said before, it doesn't matter how many times you go and you think, oh, we'll just use the underground. Even using the underground, you end up walking for miles. We came out, when we came back, we got off at Euston. Oh yeah, we walked from Euston to St. Pancras. But we walked up 2 huge flights of stairs from the station at Euston, and then 2 great big escalators so that's how far down some of the tube stations or tube lines are, because they're multi-layered. But yeah, unbelievable. And then sometimes you're on the underground and you're walking down tunnels and steps and escalators and more tunnels this way, that way. So you're walking for miles anyway, just to get onto a tube. So sometimes it is easy just to be on top. I've just seen the all right, Simon. Let's see where we got up to. So that caffeine and calories don't count. So that one. Robin says, Simon, I ordered the regular one, but after I ordered it, it seemed they had a linen one. Oh, okay. I mean, that's the thing about Conrad's decks. He does have them in various options. You know, I think linen's always been an option for his decks. I use Just Eat, so it's them and Susan who I've had in past. Okay. All right, Simon. Sandra, I nearly spat my wine out when he did that take on you. When he did that take on you, what take? In the lift? Yeah, it is funny. Simon, please do that take on Sandra again. Good evening, Marcus. Hello, Marcus. From Mumbai in India. Well, welcome. Hopscotch days are over. Hi, Beth. Nice to see you. Trish says, yeah, she'd love it if they did that with a Morgan Greer. Wheel of Fortune and 2 Justice cards. Oh, it had no Wheel of Fortune and 2 Justice cards. It's vintage. I was going to say, if it was one you just bought, they're pretty good at, if you send them photographs and explain, they're good at sending you missing cards. US Games, that is. Well, most of the big publishers are. They might be watching, and did you say they took the copyrights off Aquarian? Yes, they've took the copyright off, which is great. But I think US Games have been doing that for a while now, not putting, because they do watch, not just US Games, they have a marketing department. Big publishers have a marketing department, and part of that is to look at what's trending, what's being talked about on social media, how their products are being received, all that sort of stuff. So, and that's why we see things like better cardstock all of a sudden, or there was a phase where everybody was going on about borderless, and more decks were coming out borderless. So they try and appeal to the market. Don't encourage him. I can't help it, Sandra. It was funny. The Morgan Greer is a family favourite. It's the first deck I ever saw, and what I first learnt from. Yeah. Hello, Son of Son. I hope I made it. Well, welcome. It's nice to see you. Is the aquarium now reissued in some form? Yes, MA. It comes in this set, and it has the book by Craig Gingerless. So you've got your deck, and you've got the Psychic Tarot, which was written in 1985. And just to say, because somebody either left a comment saying, I wonder how David Palladini would feel about having his artwork changed. Apparently, and I've only learnt this, but I've been, because, the facial features are more defined. They're not as washed out, as you can see. But what I discovered was that the original deck was like this, and over the years, it had become more desaturated, more washed out. So it's restoring it, if anything. So I think David Palladini would be over the moon. So that was good to learn from a comment on the video. So yes, Emma, it's been released as a set, and it is available from Cheryl at Oneness Emporium as well. So do check it out. Where was I up to? Am I alone in that the RWS wasn't my first deck? No, it wasn't my first deck. My first deck back in 1987 was 1JJ Swiss. And it will always hold a special place in my heart, even though, I'm RWS all the way. Synthetic. Hello, nice to see you. I've not seen you for a while. I'm not practicing tarot a lot, but from time to time, I'm buying new decks and always checking your channel with hundreds of unboxings. First time at your stream. Just wanted to say thank you so much. Yeah, I've seen you. You've left messages before, but nice to see you. Went out to a bar last night. Oh, you dirty stop out. And had my first cocktails in years. A salted margarita and a hard cider. A hard cider. Your ciders aren't alcoholic, are they? So if it is alcoholic, do you call them hard ciders? Didn't do me in like I was afraid they would. That's good. I'm glad you've been able to get out and have a nice time. When I was talking about drinks, Freeway is Lidl's brand name. Oh, okay. I'm with you, Victoria. I didn't know that. We haven't got a Lidl. I think, like I said to you before, I think the nearest one is Castle Marina. Um, Belarus. You're from Belarus. Good to see you. We are a broad church tonight, aren't we, when it comes to geography of people in the chat? Extra naan, please. Oh, what's your favourite naan? I love Peshwari naans. I also like garlic and cheese naan, but Peshwari is lovely. 7 Dials. What did I call it? Did your feet fall off, Lordy? I've never made all that walking. I'm too old and decrepit. Yeah, well, when I got into bed last night, I was like, oh gosh, why do I do it to myself? But I woke up today a lot better, whereas when I went 2 weeks ago, I felt like I couldn't walk another step. I was outside St. Paul's and I was on my phone looking how much an Uber might be, and I was like, "Oh, I can't walk another step." And the next day, in fact, the next couple of days, I was limping. I could hardly walk. And I went to bed that night thinking I won't be surprised if I didn't wake up, because I felt so like I'd really overdone it and something wasn't right. But I did, thankfully. And yeah, but I was hobbling around, holding on to things, trying to walk. Oh dear. Just saw your vlog and enjoyed so much. Thank you. Yeah, Sandra's knee was really hurting. It's fine today, she was saying, thankfully. He's a sadist, which is pretty much what you'd expect from Satan. Simon, if you had a podcast, I'd listen, and I think you'd make a killing doing audiobook narrating. Thank you. Podcasts do seem to be the thing. I really enjoy a good podcast. Listening to a lot of political ones at the moment. And now our election is out of the way and we got a result. I've been watching all the American ones. I've been watching the DNC coverage all week. And I listened to Brian Taylor. Can't think of his name. He'll come up straight away because he posts like 4 times a day. What's his name? Brian Tyler Cohen. I like him. And then there's another one as well. A young, is very intelligent. What's his name? Luke Beasley. He's quite good too. So I've been listening to them. And then there's a British one called The Rest is Politics. And that's quite good because it's got both left and right. So you've got Rory Stewart, who resigned from the government when Boris Johnson became Prime Minister because he couldn't be a part of it, but he's very much on the right. And then you've got Alistair Campbell, who was the spin doctor for Tony Blair, and he's very much on the left. And they're really good because you've got a balance there. You know, they both, but they've got so much respect for each other as well. And they're from the days of politics before it got nasty politics, name calling politics, that sort of thing, which just does my head in. Yes to Peshwari too. Speaking of Broadchurch, I love that series. This has jumped massively because if I don't keep on top of it, it gets too far. So let me scroll back to where I was. It was about podcasts, wasn't it? That's quite the itinerary. Yeah, that's where I got to the podcast. Poor Sandra, her little legs to keep up with you or not. No, I kept stopping and pausing and waiting for Sandra to catch up, didn't I, Sandra? I would realise, and I spoke to somebody who wasn't Sandra. We've all done that, haven't we? And I can't remember. Oh, that was it. It was about the steps, wasn't it? It was halfway up the steps, and I turned to this because Sandra was at the side of me, and then unbeknownst to me, she dropped back a bit. And then this other woman was at the side of me, and I just said, "Oh, don't you think they'd have taken these steps out and put escalators in?" Oh, sorry. Wasn't Sandra. So half a marathon. I know. 12 miles and all those steps, you'll be ready for New York. But I can pace myself in New York. I did London in a day. Well, with 2 weeks ago, I suppose 2 days, but I can pace myself in New York, do kind of like bits at a time, spread out over a few days. In my day, at least, we had cocaine to get us through those crazy walkabouts. You don't want to be on cocaine in London. Well, I think half of London's on cocaine, but I mean, walking and those crossings and those. I don't know if those of you who've seen the vlog. I've tried to a couple of times get it into perspective, because you'll get to this kind of like junction and there'll be like 7 roads going off, all like with different streets, and you take one of them and you're off in a different direction. So I can't imagine what it'd be like on cocaine. The great thing, Mad, is that you just don't have to give a flying flip about so many irritating things. Did you buy a duck in that London in the end? Looked like there's some great ones. They did have some great ones, but I didn't. I was tempted by the ghoul. There was like a black duck with horns, and then there was one with a kind of like not the scream face, but white with black hollow eyes. And I thought a couple of them would be good for Halloween, perhaps put on the shelves behind me or something. But I've got so many plastic ducks, so many, that I thought, yeah, I can't. And I think they weren't that cheap. Were they like 10.99? I think the collectible ones. There was a back room with some collectible ones in, Harry Potter type things. I think they're about £10 each for a little rubber duck. What is the next deck that everyone is waiting for release? I think Nitiraj's Oracle is one that I'm excited about. Let's see if I can see if there's any tags. I think I'm way behind. My first deck was Robin Wood, said Raven Morning Glory. Good deck. Apart from the wheel. That's where I'm about Pastrari Nans. The Aquarian Tarot influenced my art so much, says Kate. It was the only other tarot deck I saw that was so different. I think it must have been the forerunner with all the new modern decks. Yeah, and these are the ones that will last. Some will just be a flash in the pan, I think. But the ones that have was released like 50 years ago and have stayed in print ever since, there's a reason for that. I love Pod Save the UK. I like some humour with my politics. I've not heard of Pod Save the UK. Sagaloo, all on about curries and naan breads and that's the thing though. Robin says this is pretty much a podcast, isn't it? I like podcasts with visuals. Yeah. Most of the podcasts I listen to, I also watch, because on YouTube they will upload them and then you can see them talking. if you just go to an app and use podcast, of course but that's great for driving or laying in bed at night and put a podcast on. But in the day, I'll get it on my iPad and I'll sit and watch it as like we're doing now. This wouldn't be a podcast because I'm just kind of responding to what you're saying and there's no theme. But a podcast, I suppose, would have a particular topic that you would follow. Haven't been able to make a live show in a long time. It's great to be back, but that's what having 6 grandbabies does. Well, you're forgiven with that. It was lovely to see you. He did. Simon was very good. I tried. Did she laugh though? No, she didn't. People in London don't laugh. No, that's not fair. There's lots of lovely people in London. My friend Kelly lives in London. But you know, like on the underground, there's such a hustle and a bustle, and everybody's rushing around, and there's a concept that doesn't apply anywhere else in the country. Like there's escalators downstairs, you don't stand to the right, but in London you always stand to the right, and people go running past you and you think, why? You know, you're going to get there a few seconds to the platform before me, you know, then you get to the platform and they're stood there and you think, why are you running everywhere? I mean, suppose they want to keep fit, but yeah, people just, and on the tube, nobody talks or makes eye contact. You just kind of sit there and you're like, it's odd. It's really odd. Whereas when I first moved here and I sold my car because living in the city, I didn't think I needed a car then. I used to catch a bus to work. And if you see the same person who's on your bus because they're going to work, it's not long before you start striking up small talk. You usually start off with the weather, of course. Morning, you all right? Bit nippy today, isn't it? Yeah, I didn't know how to dress, really. That sort of thing. Have a good day. And then before you know it, your best mates. At least it's pretty flat here, Simon. No hills to speak of in New York. Yeah, there ain't in London either because it's all around the Thames. It's very flat. I mean, I think there is if you go to some parks way out, you know, like Greenwich and places like that. But the central London is flat, which is a good thing, really, because that would just been an extra thing to try and get over. Go for the ones with horns, Simon, for obvious reasons. Too late now. Simon loved the Harry Potter type shop we went in. They're everywhere. I mean, I've been in the one in York. I went in with that with Sandra, and we spent quite a bit of time in there. But we saw this big one as we was walking from Leicester Square up to Treadwell's, and I could tell Sandra wanted to go in. I said, go in if you want. Do you want to go in? She was like, yeah, okay. So I had a quick walk around our stairs, and yeah, it's much of a muchness for me. One Harry Potter shop looks the same as the others. So I thought I'll just stand outside, you know, get some rays and just wait for Sandra outside. And then she came out, she says, I thought you was upstairs. I was like, no. It must get crowded in the bath, Simon. David's still on a tarot diet. How long are you on your tarot diet for? I like that phrase, a tarot diet. When did it start? And what's your goal for it ending? It reminds me of that Harry Potter scene. What's the use of a rubber duck? I won't know that. Sandra, Simon doesn't like Harry Potter, does he? I didn't mind going in. I had a quick look round. But yeah. I'm not keen on the person who benefits the most from it as well in terms of monetary gain. When My favourite podcast is The Bold and the Beautiful with Trixie Mattel and Katya from Drag Race. It's wickedly vulgar. Simon, I went back and watched your walkthrough of Rotamundi. Had to order it. It looks interesting. Rotamundi, that was a couple of years back. Today's theme is rubber ducks. Okay, let me scroll down and see if there's anything in particular. On the tube escalator, I go fast in the left-hand lane because I can't bear limbo places. Wow. Ah, it's a welcome. You know, if I look and I see an escalator rather than a flight of steps, I think, yes, just stand for a bit, not be walking. Tube etiquette is earphones in, music on, eyes down, and look at your phone. It is large. That is exactly it. I whipped my phone out. Sandra was getting stressed that she was on the wrong line, and I knew he wasn't. And I was like, honestly, it's fine. And she was looking really stressed. And I whipped my phone out. And the woman next to her, don't know if anybody's seen it, she looks as if to say, who's he filming? So I said something to Sandra so that this woman next to her won't think I was some weirdo. Well, more than normal. And then she kind of looks at Sandra as if to say, oh, he's talking to her. It was like, who's this getting his phone out and pointing it at me? Dancing in the Dark Tarot. Haven't heard that one. I haven't. I was on the tube once going to a show in the evening. The tube lurched forward and I grabbed his shirt, neatly pulled off all his buttons. My raucous laughter seemed to be the only sound other than the buttons bouncing on the floor. That poor man was walking out like holding it. Started the tarot diet about 6 weeks ago, probably last 2 months. Depends if something really tasty pops up. Trisha, same Simon. I can't with JK. Yeah. Oh yeah, I noticed her. I wondered if people would. Right. So anyway, I didn't really buy much at all. This is Watkins' bag. In fact, I was very restrained. I only bought really. I showed the deck. So I bought Quen. I think it's pronounced Quen, but it's got this little accent on the E. So it could be Queen, but I think it's Quen. And it says, forget Tarot de Gap. And it's got this gold stamp here because it's won awards. And the good thing about Watkins is not all of them. And there was one deck that really intrigued me, but there was no sample copies, no images or anything. It was just like a black box. I said to Sandra, why can't they do a sample of this? But the cards are beautiful. They're very RWS. I don't know if that will show really, but in a lovely kind of pastel watercolor. And it says winner of the 2022 Carter Awards, best tarot deck and best self-published deck. It says experience the ultimate tarot journey with Quen Tarot, the 2022 Carter Awards best tarot deck and best self-published deck. Winner of these prestigious awards, this 85 card deck takes you on a mystical voyage of love and self-discovery, infused with the vibrant and diverse cultures of Asia. Each card invites you to explore the depths of your soul and connect with the energies of the universe, providing you with powerful guidance and insights for navigating life challenges and aligning with your higher purpose. So, and it's really nicely, the box is like a linen, but not a soft linen, kind of almost like a rough linen. The cards are gilded, and they're matte. They're really beautiful. I held them and I was thinking, yeah, this is really nice. Now they did have an oracle deck, an accompanying oracle deck, but it just didn't just didn't resonate with me. And prices have gone up, I would say. I don't know if you agree, Sandra, but in Watkins, they've got Pagan Otherworlds and they had the Materia Prima. Is that what it's called? And they were like nearly £100. And they wouldn't let you couldn't buy the book and the deck separate. You had to buy them together. And I was like, wow, that's a lot. And this was nearly 50. This was 47.99. But I thought for an indie deck, it's worth it. But buying the Oracle, which was $37.99, would have made it really pricey. Yes, the prices have definitely gone up quite a lot on books too. Yeah, it's not. But you know, I obviously want to support independent bookshops, and I will where I can. But it is dear. And then the other things that I bought. So I bought the Nitiraj. This is, and it's the big box. Sandra tried to count them in the pub, and I think she said it was between 50 and 60. So it's £15, $14.99, but you get a lot. And this is the nicest. In fact, I'm gonna light one. Let me grab my incense holder. We'll light one as I'm talking. I haven't got any idea of time because I've got something to watch on today. We're not going out. I shouldn't be using my teeth, so that's really bad. Oh, I wish you could smell what I can smell. I don't know if anybody's used this brand before, but yeah, it's really lovely. Come on, light. There we go. 7:52, Simon. Thank you. We're doing all right for time. So nice. When I went 2 weeks ago, I looked some and I couldn't see it, and then I looked again yesterday and still couldn't see it. Then I noticed, Giselle, you'll remember, you know, the frothy candles. You picked some up for me once from Glastonbury, from Star Child. They've started selling them. And I thought, I can see pink ones. Then right down at the back on the bottom shelf, I could see a green one. So I kind of leant down thinking, oh yeah, there's a green one there. And then right next to it was a couple of these right on the bottom shelf at the back. So I was like, yes. That's and then the only other things I got was from the Astrology shop, which I just picked up a all-seeing eye. Go on my little plate here. So I got that, and then I got a couple of pendants. So I got a new pendant, pentacle. I liked the fact that it had a black background to it. I quite like that. It's pewter. And then I got an all-seeing eye one as well. I've got in my drawer, which I sorted out the other day. It's too dark. Can't see it. For those of you who heard me say I was going to tidy my desk that day, epic fail. I didn't tidy my desk at all. But did I put it in? I might put it in here. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I don't like the blue cord, but I've got some cord. Or maybe it's not in there. This is me box of spare tarot pouches. I thought I'd put it in this drawer. Don't tell me I didn't keep it. I'm sure I would have done. It's here. Found it. Yeah, so I've got this. It's fake leather. It's not real leather. But I can cut some of that off and put it on there. And I'll do it better than that. I'll do it where you put a double up through, and then you can hook it up. It holds it more central than having it like that. So I got those as well. That will give me something to do later. Simon Keith has started making jewelry. He is thinking of you and your pentagram now. Yeah, that's a good idea. Do some pentagram ones. I only wore it yesterday. It's right here next to me. This one that Keith made. I love it. Absolutely love it. And it's double-sided. Look at that. It's got the spiral on the other side. Sometimes I wear it that way. Other times I wear it that way. But this is what I mean, what I was going to do. You know, you push through both sides and then hook it. You can put a bead on if you want, like he has. But I love this. I wear it such a lot. So that'd be cool. Let us know if Keith does that. We can give him a shout out on here. Dancing in the Dark preview on Amazon puts me in the mind for the Black Tarot art. Astrology shop is only small, but it's good, and their prices on crystals are really good too. Yeah, you got a skull, didn't you? What else? I also picked up recently the Rainbow Brain Skull. Have you seen this deck? Oh my gosh, I love it. The quality as well. So this is like less than 20 quid. And you get a little book, which just gives you a little bit more insight because there's quite a bit on the cards anyway. But this deck is indie quality. It's got this rainbow gilded edges. It's got black backs. There are 72 cards. Card number 72. And I love it. Absolutely love it. It's quirky. It's so different. I'll show you some of them, but not all of them. But it's that lovely matte cardstock. Really nice cardstock. Beautifully presented for less than 20 quid. So the first one says relax. It's still just the loading screen. Isn't that cool? It's still just the loading screen. The work is whatever uncomfortable thing that is in front of you right now at this moment. That thing that we always put off. Don't do everything. Do the next thing. I won't show all of them, like I said, but I really love it. There is more where that came from. You never get there and you never stay here. How cool. So true, isn't it? We never get there. Life's a continuous journey and we never stay here. We're constantly moving. It's your own responsibility to expand instead of just contracting. I love this. I know it is so, so good. I'm not a fractured being. I'm multifaceted. Summon the otherworldly. So every card is kind of like there's lots of it's called Rainbow Brain Skull. There's lots of rainbow colors and things in it. Create right now, not just during soft good times. But yeah, the card stock is so good. This one, you don't hate yourself. You hate not being yourself. And this one doesn't have words at all. But there's a circus in the background. And this person is not taking part in the circus. The circus carries on and he's outside doing his own thing, not joining in. And I think that's a good analogy as well. I used to live in fear, so I know the area well. Yup, it hasn't changed much. This one. I'll be at the other end of the universe, acting strange. Jumping is scary, staying frozen is scarier. It's that whole fight, flight, or freeze, isn't it? Not all who wander are lost, but yes, I am. I also didn't. Yeah. Good night. Also, you didn't get enough done today. You know how we always say, I just haven't done enough. Well, that's because there's only so many hours in the day. So it's the day that hasn't done enough. It's not you. The sun will set regardless of whether you've done everything. Let every cat out of the bag. Accept how you feel, then move through it. I love it. I really, really love it. I need that deck. It is so cool. I'm not showing you them all because I'll be here all night and it's not a full walkthrough, but just point out you're never more than half a step away from being back in the flow. Yeah, it's true. You're never more than half a step away from being back in the flow. No decisions, just grooving. Don't really. Word maker is only a job in the final future. Just throw time at it until it's a thing. Did you forget you're still inside the game? Who cares if we become nothing? We were all once nothing. Ride ends. Choose arm position. Yeah. Would you be nervous performing for a galaxy you'd never see again? Really cool little simple messages as well, one thing at a time. I love control. I wish I had some. The more you create, the more the universe is. It's okay. You're not supposed to be doing anything right now. We all feel guilty, don't we, when we have those chill out days? Well, I do anyway. I think, oh, I should have done so much more today. What would ultra intelligent imaginary me do? This one I love. Growing, falling apart. The tree is growing, the leaves fall, you know? So if we feel like we're falling apart, the time will come for us to grow and bloom again. I don't. David doesn't. Evolve into a non-complainer. Big mixed barrel of emotion. Yeah, I love this one as well. Look at that. Me, also me, also me, also me. We go through so many different states, don't we, of emotions and different states of our lives, and we can be more than one person. Yeah, I love this as well. This is quite, I don't know if it will show up, but right at the bottom it says source, baby me, childhood me, teenager me, I am brand new. We're always evolving, always becoming. Yeah, I guess I do stuff, but I don't feel like an actual thing yet. Water the things you care about. It ain't always going to be dirt. And the last one, number 72. Death is just one character I play. My real name is change. A non-complainer, where's the fun in that? So I think this is a brilliant, for the price point, this is a brilliant, and you do get a little book as well, but a brilliant deck. And it's so well packaged. It's in this clamshell magnetic box. You've got the crystal kind of rainbow effect. So yeah, really, really like that. And then our Sandra sent me a little gift. I don't know if people have seen this, Gentle Chaos. Now, you know those carousels in bookshops by the till? It's really brilliant. And they're usually around £10. And I think I've even got, I don't know if I've got them to hand though, the last two versions that I've picked up over the years when I've stood in not Watkins, in Waterstones, and they have them. But this is an oracle and it's called Gentle Chaos. And this is fantastic. You get a book, gilded cards, and a stand for them, all in this little set. And it opens up like that, and there's your book. So you can either have the book there, or you can just slide it out. Just slides in and out on the back cover. Pop it in. It's going to be hard to do it now. Took it out. There we go. So it slides in like that. And then it's really good quality. I've not opened the card yet because I only got it today. But this is the thickness of it's proper solid wood. It's got your little groove for your card, and it's got the what is it? Gentle Chaos into G and C engraved there. And then you've got your little cards that will stand in it. So we'll have a look at these as well. But thank you, Sandra, for sending it. Wow, such good messages. I got this deck to help with my anxiety and ADHD, still figuring it out since it's new to me, but I do enjoy this deck a lot so far, says Pamela. If Cheryl's not doing it now, she soon will be. I don't know, Cheryl didn't have the deck. I always check. I always check first. I know, I'm not going to use my teeth. Need to protect our teeth as we get older. I'll get my big massive scissors out just to get under the plastic. There we go. Everything's so much easier to grab now. I've tied in my drawers. Again, lovely cardstock. These are matte. It's got the brushed metal, the gold, you know, where it's kind of sparkly in parts, but that matte metallic gold. Cardstock is really nice. And these are the backs. And it just has things like, and you look it up in the book. We've got bricks, bridge, cave. Some of them remind me of old kind of like Polaroid pictures as well. Look, the child, chocolate rabbit. We have the curtain, or the curtain twitcher. Declaration, the deer. Again, I won't show all of them. The facade. And like those old 70s kind of overexposed pictures. Matte edging is my favourite. The field. And you can even see like the film on this. The forest floor. Do you see at the top? The celluloid. A little bit stuck together till we start to use it. The garden snake. Ghost honey. Now, ghost honey is the creator, I think, Tyler Gacker, aka Ghost Honey. So what's the message then? If you pull ghost honey, what is ghost honey? Honey made from ghost bees, ? A sweet name for a loved one that's gone too soon, ? Equal parts spooky and sweet, cryptic and alluring. It's just a name and nothing more. It's just a name. Here, ghost honey reminds us that there can be many meanings all at once. So the many meanings of honey from ghost bees, a sweet name for a loved one that's gone too soon, equal parts. Yeah, I get it. The goblin of all lost things and stuff. Love that. And that's how it sits, look. Oh. And for £10, I think this is probably the best yet out of all those little carousel decks. The lone cypress. The lost sock. We have lovebirds. The man of mist. Wow, love that. The mirror. Moon pie. Oh, moths. I love Oscar's wife. There's Oscar's wife. I wonder if Oscar's in here as well. No, Claudia P. The path. The prayer. There's a lot of cards and they're really good quality. They're not thin. It's really nice matte cardstock. We have the ring. Roots. Skip by a few. The swan in the cemetery. Teeth. Threshold. Bye, Giselle. The twisting road. Wedding day roses. And the yellow angel trumpet. So isn't that cool? Such a cool cool little deck. I love the goblin and of all things lost and stuff. That's really, really cool. And I love the little stand. It's really heavy. It's a really decent one. So let's pop them back. Oh, done that wrong. That's it. I might get a little bag for them actually, because I can see me using these, particularly having a little stand. But yeah, they go in okay. Put that book, put the book back. Oh, I've got incense from when I put the book down. So lovely little set. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Oh, Marilyn loves that. The other deck, use it every day. Deck is interesting. Sounds great for managing anxiety. Yeah, I keep the Brain School deck at my desk at work. That's a good idea. Yes, MA, cool. Looks like a 90s version of the Morgan's Tarot. I've got the Morgan's Tarot. That's a really cool deck. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Exactly. Thanks for showing it. You're welcome. Years ago, we used to buy funny postcards called pot shots. This reminds me of them. I still quote them today. Pot shots, that's cool. Just random postcards, were they? Does Cheryl do this deck at oneness? I'm not sure which one, but if it was the Rainbow Brain School, no. Not sure if Cheryl's still here. I'm so tempted right now. Where's your seam ripper? It's just on the side. Don't know why I didn't get it. Yeah. Oh, there's Cheryl. I do have Rainbow Skull in stock. Keep forgetting to put it on the website. I was going to say, I checked. So you've got it. Oh, I wish I'd known. Matte edging is my favourite. Yeah. Sandra loves the goblin card. And then that's where Giselle was saying goodbye. Simon, there's a beautiful rider inspired you. Simon, there's a beautiful rider inspired you. Would love by artist Tanya Tibet. It's adorable. So there's a Rider Waite deck, Son of Sun, that's come out. That's cool. If you've got the name of it or something, I'll have a look at it. Going to buy the deck. It looks like a sweet one. It is. Right, how are we for time? We've got 10 minutes. The only other thing I've got, when I went down, I nipped into Stoster and Granny because I can't help myself. Looking at my deck, do I really need any more twinklements? But when I was sorting out my decks, I found a load of candles. You know how you do, kind of have them. And these ones look really nice. They've got all bits in them. And they smell gorgeous. I think they were sent to me, I believe, but I can't remember when because they were in my drawer. And I thought, I do need a little candle holders. So I went into Soster and Granny, and these were only a couple of pounds, well, about £3, I think. And that's the thing about Soster and Granny. You can set up a lot of your witchy altars or sacred spaces on quite a good budget, going to places like Soster and Granny, because they got them. And the only thing is that I would say is, if you don't pick it up when you see it, next time you go, even if it's a few days later, it'll be gone. And they seem to rotate a lot of stuff. Because I went in mind today thinking, oh, I've seen these particular candle holders, and they weren't there. But look at this. I love this. This is like the Wee Willie Winky, but it's very earthy, and I just think it's really, really cool. So I've got two of them to put the put the candles in. And everything's made by hand. So the misshape, they don't look identical. They might do here, but they're kind of like a different shape. But I really like them. But I know that if I go next week, they won't be there. There'll be something else. And I don't know how they keep up with stuff. It's like do you remember the ones I showed you with the slots to put the decks in? I bought 4 of them because they're a set of 3 slots. I bought 4 and I thought I could actually fit 1 more, and I went to get it. They've gone. They've never been there since. So yeah, things just change all the time. So I took the tags off them. And I think these fit quite nicely. Yeah, they do. They fit really nicely. I just have to put some wax in the bottom. So I'll probably put them on my, well, I will put them on my space here for when I do videos and things. But I was really chuffed with them, and I think they were £3, if that, £2.90 something, I think. But yeah, I just think it reminds me of Wee Willie Winky going through the house of or Ebenezer Scrooge in his nightgown. Oh, that incense is lovely. The sparkly lights, them. I might try and recreate that shape. I have tons of clay and need more small candle holders. Yeah, it's a good idea. Crystal Rama's just said, I just bought the Rainbow School deck. I hope it was a good price there, because it is over here. I usually go to the Mystic Moon. Yeah, well, Mystic Moon is great. I haven't been, I think last time I went was with Sandra. Was that in May? Did you come in May, or was it February? When did we last go to the Mystic Moon? Doesn't feel like it's that long ago since we were there. I have a metal 3 candle holder I got years ago at a car boot. €24, but that's okay. It was worth it. I'm not sure what. Hey Siri. What's €24 in sterling?
€24 is £20.33.
£20. So it's about the same. Yeah. It might have been February. God. No, didn't you come in the Easter holiday? February is when we went to Bolsover Castle, but you came when we went to York, which, yeah, I think that might have been May when we went to York. I got the Rainbow Brain School calendar. I didn't know there was one, Rebecca, for 2024 on a clearance, as it was more than halfway through the year. I never knew there was calendars of it. Oh, Siri's been taking male hormones and now has a British accent. That Siri is Irish. He's got an Irish accent. Hey, Siri. How are you today?
I'm pretty good, thanks.
Believe it or not. Did it, Alexandria? That's the thing, isn't it? And I didn't even meant to say Siri. I meant to say Alexa. But I said Siri, so my phone went off. Got that many devices to talk to, I lose track. Anyway, losing track. We're nearly at the end, so let's pull a card. This deck, I was going to do... So I've just done whatever took my fancy tonight. I do apologise. I normally go through these, what's been happening, places I've been to, blah, 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 decks I've received and worked with, and then taking the spotlight. Taking the spotlight is Pixie's Whisper recently. I, again, sorting my drawers. This was in there because it's in this little case. This is one that has the different, about 5 different back designs, I think. I think it's 5. and Pixie's Whisper, because it's got the original Pixie artwork, and then it's been changed, got symbols added and different colors used. It's great. My Siri just said he can't complain, but thanks for asking. Yes, it might have been when we went to York. It was, I think. Yeah, if it was Richard's at Easter, it would have been the May holiday, the last one before this one. That's why, because February is when we went to Bolsover Castle. We stayed quite local. Totally gutted I can't get Pixie's Whisper sent to my country. I think it's such a cool deck. It is. I've got the crystal. It's because of the sea crystally ramas. I've got the Christmas one. Oh, we've had a jumper. We've had a jumper. We have a major this week. This will be good for the Hermit's Cave Facebook group. So we have the Emperor. Are they Christmas? Need me light. Are they Christmas lights? I think. Oh, they might be tassels. see there. But anyway, our message then for this week is, this is a stabilizing influence in your life. It could be an external person, it could be internal, but the Emperor comes at this time to remind us about stability, about structure, and also about being in control. But it's a 4 card, so it's about stability as well, but being in control. So whatever your goals are that you're working towards this week, you need the energy of the Emperor, because if you've got stability and you've got some structure in place, then those goals are not only obtainable, but it means that if you apply yourself and bring in the energy of the Emperor, then it'll have longevity. It won't just be a quick sort of achievement. It will ensure long-term success. Yeah, there's lots of weird little I love this little crystal ball that appears here. Do you see it? That appears on a lot of the cards as well. Yeah. So harness your inner strength this week. Be disciplined, but remember that if you've got a goal and you want to achieve it, but you just not only want to achieve it, but want to ensure its continued success, then apply the energy of our Emperor and set some really good foundations in place. Okay. And remember to get a nice big crown. Absolutely. You need a nice big crown. New reading, The High Priestess and the Empress by Susan Wan's New Adventures for Pixie. Can't wait to read that. But I think I might need to read The Magician and Fool again, but I think I remember roughly where it finished up. All right. Thanks for being here, everybody. It's been lovely to hang out with you again, as always. I'll be back next week. I'll also be back in the week because I've got a couple of more decks from Spotlight to show. So I've still got to do Storyteller's Tarot and the, what was it, Bumble Sheep deck. So it's a long weekend. I'm not back at work till Tuesday, so I'll be able to do them over the next couple of days. And then, of course, I want to show Quen as well. So, all right. Thanks for being here. Have a great week, everybody. And until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.